Hey everyone, it's Amber, also known as Pretty Amor, and I'm a reseller on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, Depop, and Etsy. And today I have another what sold video for you. And this is from the last 2 days of sales, right the week after Thanksgiving, Monday, and today is Tuesday, so whatever sold today. Next is this Calvin Klein dress with the flared bell sleeve. If any of you watching are interested in a dress like this, like Calvin Klein with a 3/4 sleeve and flared bell sleeve, I have a lot of these styles in different colorways that are becoming available soon. I believe they're all plus size. I believe they are 16 to 18 wide. So let me know if you're interested. Some of them are even new with tags from a consignment client. But yes, this one is from a consignment client, the same one as well. So it took 5 days for this dress to sell on eBay for $28. And after I pay out my consignment client and the eBay fees, I will make $13.21. Then we have a bundle of 2 Under Armour leggings that are from a consignment client. They sold on Poshmark. These were in 131 days and these were 262 days. I thought I listed them together, so I'm really not sure what the discrepancy is about that. But regardless, they sold for $23. And after I pay out my consignment client, I will get $8.05. These new with tag JAC, Jacob Ash Company gloves sold in 209 days on eBay for an offer of $6, and I got them at the bins for 79 cents. This Patagonia headband sold in 83 days on eBay for an offer of $18.75, which that was a part of my 25% off for Cyber Monday. And I believe I might have sent another additional 10% off because the 25% off was for Black Friday and the weekend. And then I was like, I have a lot of watchers, so I was like, I'll send an additional 10%. And it got me a couple sales, not too many, I think maybe only 2. So a lot of people are probably just watching for it to go low, 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 but I'm not going to. They can send an offer if they want. I have or best offer on all my listings, but whatever. So this sold for $18.75, and I got at the Goodwill bins for $1.41. Then these Coach earrings, this box set sold in 49 days for an offer of $33.75. I think that was part of my 25% off as well, just straight 25% off. I got them from ThredUp, a little, what do they call them? Fun box, mystery box from ThredUp. So the cost of goods for each item in that box was $4.72. And then these Clarks, new in the box, Tessa loafers, slippers, sold on Poshmark in 307 days, according to Nifty, but I'm pretty sure it's longer than that. That's just when it got on to Nifty, I want to say, because I know I've had these when I was still doing flip. This was from one of the people there, and I think I just forgot to return it. Oops. So my cost of goods is 0 on that, but it sold for $30. On Etsy, another vintage Avon cologne. This one is the Heavenly Music Charisma cologne. Sold on my 20% off sale for $11.25, and my cost of goods were $1.03 from a regular Goodwill. And then 3 more vintage Avon colognes sold on Etsy in just 35 days. We have the Dream Garden Moonwind, Christmas Candle Moonwind, and the Heartstrings Decanter Moonwind colognes. I guess this lady loves the Moonwind scent. but all of these sold on a 25% off sale that I have ongoing on Etsy, where you bundle 3 items and you get 25% off. So they sold for $33.75. So my cost of goods for all of them together was $3.09. I almost forgot to show these. I took my camera down and everything, and I was like, wait a minute. I had these beautiful, I'm gonna butcher the name, Artho Chiang, I don't know, leather riding boots sell. These are from a consignment client, but they sold on eBay in just 22 days for $40. And after eBay fees and paying out my consignment client, I will get $15.97. And that is all that sold over the last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, because I believe everything I shipped out Sunday. I was up very late shipping out Sunday orders, so I think I got everything from there. So just Monday and Tuesday. It's currently almost 6 p.m., so I still could get some Tuesday sales, but I am gonna loop this in with another video, and here that is. All right, 2 more days of sales to share with you for this video. And I know I usually upload Tuesday, Thursday, but this week with the holiday last week has just been all messed up. So I uploaded Wednesday and now today, Friday, but next week should be on schedule with Tuesday, Thursday, what sold videos, and Sunday being a Goodwill Bins haul or a mystery box or something like that. I think it's a Goodwill Bins haul. I have a couple of those already pre-filmed, so. And I also have a special one that my husband did all by himself, so you'll see that soon. First, we have this Nike Kids Chargers jersey of James Jr. I got this in a ThredUp kids box, and that is 50 pounds of kids clothing, and I take that directly to Once Upon a Child, and they gave me all my money back and more, so this was essentially free to me then to list. But I sold it on Mercari in 26 days for $18.75. And like I said, my cost of goods was $0 then. To be honest, I didn't know this George long sleeve men's shirt was still listed. I believe I got it in a ThredUp men's box for like $3.70. I'll put the real cost of goods right here, but I believe it's around there. And it sold for only $4, so I didn't even get my money back, but overall with that box I did. So, you know, there's gonna be some losers for sure. I don't know why I listed it, to be honest. I should have just donated it and didn't even waste my time, but I think I was listing pretty much everything back then, because it has been listed on Nifty for 320 days, but I know I've had it on for at least 2 years, at least. Then this vintage Lily Pulitzer white label 100% cashmere tank top sold in 118 days on Poshmark for an offer of $20. And it was a consignment item, so after Poshmark fees and paying out my consignment client, I will make $7. This little Avon, it's vintage, it's called Gem Occur Cologne. Sold just before I started filming, so I'm glad I get to show you this. It sold on Etsy in 38 days for my asking price of $15, and I got it at a regular Goodwill in a big bundle of 60 of these vintage cologne perfumes, and so my average was $1.03 for each one. These super cute, definitely giving some 90s Y2K vibes, sold for Timberland. They sold on eBay in 145 days for an offer of $50, and I got them at the Goodwill bins for $1.92. These 7 for All Mankind Kimmy straight jeans sold on eBay in 154 days for my asking price of $40, and I got them at the Goodwill bins for $1.59. I don't pick up all 7 for All Mankind, definitely not the skinny, but the Dojo are the ones to be on the lookout for, but sometimes the straight leg and boot cut does good as well. You just have to look up some comps. And this was a pretty small size, so I'm glad I got it moving. I probably wouldn't pick this size up again unless they were the dojo. But I'm glad they sold fairly quickly. This American Eagle new with tag cardigan is super soft. I don't know why I didn't keep it for myself. It was my size, so I don't know. I mean, look how cute it would look. I'm looking in the mirror over there, but it is kind of cropped, and I don't need to be wearing crop things right now. But it sold on Curtsy for an offer of $18, and I got it from Boutique by the Box for $6.75. This super cute, listen to the jingle, boho funky like festival belt. It ties in the back, so very, very adjustable, can fit a lot of waist. It had no brand, so I just sold it based on style alone, but it sold on Depop for $14. I think I was only asking for $20 because some of like the little coins are discolored on here, or there's some missing, but it is still a very, very nice piece, and I knew that someone would want it. It sold in just 29 days, and I got it at the Goodwill bins for $1.49. Lastly, a bundle of these Figs maternity pants sold on Mercari. I know, I hardly ever get bundle offers on there, but whatever. So yeah, these are both maternity scrubs, new with tags. I got them from Boutique by the Box for $9 each, and they sold in just 35 days for an offer of $72. So that is everything that sold within the last couple of days. Remember, it's 2 videos, so I'm in a different outfit, but whatever. Let me know what sale surprised you the most, and if you would have picked up any of these items, or if you wouldn't have picked up any of these items. Let me know down in the comments, and as always, like and subscribe for more videos. Bye!